All right, folks. Now we going to the ATL. The ATL.
You mean the one city in all of the whole United States of Georgia that the media will put that black people live?
And everyone knows it's a black city. DC, they do DC that way. What's up with that?
But
They're gonna come out with an article, and what we're getting ready to talk about is a newspaper outlet or internet website came out where it's all over the internet
it's all over the
about
news.
Atlanta has a high, but they always exaggerate 50% or they'll say 30% or whatever. All this is we so sexy. They just want to keep their people away from. They did this in California years ago. Don't I ain't gonna even go into it right now, but that's what they do.
So, since all the black people are in Atlanta, that's why all the black people in Atlanta have HIV or AIDS. Or actually, they're saying full blown AIDS cases a third of the population.
Come on. Now, I always want to ask white people this. Don't you find it strange that all the bad diseases end up with people of color? All the people who end up hungry, people of color. Like, do y'all really think it's based on
Melanin.
something they did wrong or some? Are y'all ever gonna come to a conclusion where you can really look at it and understand that the creeples is behind all this? How the hell AIDS, a sexual disease, was in America primarily in the black community, black community, when everybody fucking,
Sorry.
everybody having sex. Don't try to act like we wild, we uncontrollable. We having unprotected sex. Look, I was in college. I seen what some of them gray girls and how they was acting on them college campus. Matter of fact, someone was messing with some brothers. So what I'm saying is, this is not a disease that will be amongst just one group of people. Now, I had talked to a doctor about that one time. You know me, I started asking people questions, whatever, right? And so he started breaking the shit down, whatever, right? He brought up this article that said how, well, black people don't have certain things in their system to fight off certain things. That's why they ended up with it or whatever. So I said, well, do you know what country at one time had the highest cases of AIDS?
What's that?
Russia. A lot of people, you never seen that in the media. At one time, Russia had a high case of AIDS, but all of a sudden we don't ever hear about that anymore. And even then, it wasn't in the mainstream media.
And even that, they only talked about it when it became Africa, and even then they couldn't narrow it down to a particular country. They said a whole continent.
So are you just trying to keep us away, from our sexiness, your people? Because why even bring up this stuff? Because think Magic Johnson.
And Magic been living for about 50, 30, 59 years.
That's why I said it was something went on in California that people don't know. Why all of a sudden, now out of all the athletes who was doing what they was doing, you think Magic was the only one getting his thing on? But yeah, he the only one. Famous Laker, not the 12th man on the team. Then all of a sudden, now he a billionaire or millionaire on sport. These contributors, all this, come on.
Magic is so likable, though. I mean,
that's what's so funny. They took a likable.
He is so likable. But you don't think that any of this could have something to do with the CDC being right there in Atlanta? So maybe they just report more? How do we even know that all the AIDS cases that they're saying a third of the population has AIDS? Atlanta is, even though it's a chocolate city, it is still in the heart of the South. How do we know all those AIDS patients are black? Or is that just one of those things the media's throwing at
That's why they said, yeah, because if Atlanta have AIDS, then why not Athens?
You better believe.
Why not Augusta? Augusta. I mean, come on. If it's a disease, sexual disease, it's gonna travel.
And quite frankly, Nashville ain't too far.
Who?
Nashville ain't too far.
Okay, and I'm sitting there going, why is this media? It's almost like with BET. Remember BET back in the day when people used to watch it?
When it
Well,
actually
grown folks was watching
when
it,
it was
huh?
actually entertaining.
Yeah. When it was, that's all it was entertainment. It wasn't informative. I mean, they had like that teen show. That was about it.
Yeah.
And then I remember Beverly Johnson, I believe her name. Beverly
The
was on.
model?
No, the black lady who used to have her show. She used to talk about the community. She was pretty good too. So they like that's BET been around like 30 years. Had 2 shows that was worth a nickel. And then at one time they were showing that what's that show
So
that
each
used
show
to
gave its 2 cents, huh? No, okay.
yeah, see what I'm saying? Oh, that was good.
Corny.
Remember that show that used to come on at night when the one that got Nelly in trouble?
That was past my bedtime. You know, I ain't.
Oh,
you know, I
okay.
ain't-
Yeah, it was a show. I can't think of the name right now. But that's when Nelly took that credit card and swiped it in between the girls' booty cheeks. That show that came on, and it was a popular show amongst chicken heads and ratchet people. Is there a name for and
word.
niggeroids? I know that's why I said it. Because why would you be watching if you're a woman and you watching that? Why would you watch that? But some sisters at Spelman, that's when they started boycotting Nelly, signing petitions, and Nelly never recovered from that. Well, a lot of rappers ain't recovered from that. But my point of it is that they would show that, right? All this shaking ass and G-stringing and stuff on the show, and then a commercial break, a commercial would come on and say, wrap it up. And then they would say AIDS. Like they showing all this sexual stuff.
To get you crunk.
2:00 in the morning, 11:00 at night. But then you're going to say.
When the Walgreens is already closed.
Hello. That's like throwing some crack at somebody and said, don't smoke that. We shouldn't anyway, but.
Use a filter.
Okay, use a filter. There you go. And I used to sit there and I was like, they just showed all that. And I'm not even talking about the videos because that was just porno to music. BET was just the worst thing ever. Okay. Yes, it is. But so all this AIDS stuff, and I'm sitting there going like, and you know how we feel about it, cynical. Maybe some black people out there don't feel that way. That was just something somebody in the laboratory created. They ain't come from no monkeys. The monkeys I was telling you about, the monkey tears.
Monkey tears, though. Actually,
man, did you bring AIDS to America? Huh?
In a suitcase when he was working for the Klan.
Did you?
They paid him enough.
Oh, you can't joke about AIDS. I ain't joking. I'm like serious here.
Wow, they can make whole movies about AIDS that wins awards when they talk about Dallas Buyers Club. Oh, but those are ones who are doing illegal things to get medicine and such type things. Let's be real with ourselves.
Let's be real with ourselves.
Let's be real with ourselves. Because the media has already shown us over and over and over again that they're not going to be real for us.
And we know that.
So let's be real with ourselves.
So and that's why we focusing on, one of the things you need to understand, when we see an article on the internet or in a newspaper, no matter the content of the article, that's not what we focus on. We focus on why you presenting this information. You're not doing it in a way. It's almost like on TV, a lot of times when they talking about a black issue that's going on in the black community, they'll camouflage it by bringing on all these pundits and experts and stuff and act like they talking about it to present, a way to help.
But it's never to help.
They just trying to stereotype black people.
Some more.
Yeah, and it's okay, I'll give you another example how they do it real cleverly, right? You ever watching a sporting event? If it's a big sporting event, I don't know if they do it. They've done this lately, but they used to do this all the time. They would do a segment at halftime, a special on one of the players, and then they would show his mama, how hard she worked. She was a single mom. That's why we think all black kids
grow
single
up.
moms or whatever, right?
Hi, Dad.
Right. And so they would show all this stuff, and they would go through, and you sitting there going like, man, that woman was strong. That woman was this. They interview her. She raised all those kids. Or maybe only one went to prison. You sitting there. That's how most people sitting there going like proud of her. But I'm sitting there going like, that ain't why they showed us that. They didn't give a damn about that black woman. They were just trying to show you, look, another black woman who raised her kids without a black man. That's how I look at it all the time.
Excuse me. I'm going to need you to rewind and Say that again because what you just said bears repeating.
Another black woman or the
Yes.
stereotype. Yeah. Well, I'm just basically focusing on how they camouflage their so-called help.
Oh,
Always in stereotypes.
I understood what you were saying. I just felt like it needed to be repeated.
Okay. So, yeah, they try to make that black woman, they get you focusing on, you thinking about how strong that black woman is, but that ain't what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on the fact that the black man ain't there.
Well, even if that's subconscious, it's like you do it so much. It's not that she even stands out anymore. That's what black women do. They have to step up because their men are all in prison or they're on the down low or they just
Stereotypes.
don't exist. And yet at the same time, they're teaching their children that they're supposed to go to college to find a mate and have a family and buy a house.
Look at all these shows that's on TV, all these comedy shows, all these
Modern families.
nerdy dudes on TV with these fine ass women. Cause they trying to put that image in there, like try to tell they women, get a regular guy. But they've told our women for so many years, get a baller.
Get a gangster.
Get a thug. Subconsciously. And I know people out there are always going, oh, there you go on the media, man. Fuck y'all. Okay, if you don't understand how strong that idiot box is, it's powerful. And so I'm just saying, it's like, and I'm not trying to preach. What I'm trying to say is the reason why they put this AIDS article out there, it wasn't to help. That's why we talking about it and criticizing it and making fun of it. Because we know it's not to help anything. We know it's not to present any information. It's to send a message. And what message did they send, Essence?
That niggas fuck like rabbits.
We uncontrollable.
Just out
We the
of
only
control.
one. We the only one. That's all.
sad.
So, and I don't understand that why the media keep doing stuff like that. It's like they don't know that it's people out there who watching them. They don't know it's people out there who watching them as closely. They think they can get they shit by now. And then some people just don't care. Some of the media outlets just don't care.
Fox.
Because why would you still be doing it? Who?
Fox.
Yeah, they don't care. And we're going to talk about Fox next week. I got some stuff on Bill O'Reilly. Ooh, man. Next week, boy.
But I said that, but they are so not the only ones. So I really shouldn't even isolate them.
Yeah.
They're just good at it.
Yeah, that's what the media do sometimes. They try to play good cop, bad cop. They know Fox News will be the bad cop, and they try to make you think all these other liberal CNN and MSNBC is
And at the end of the day,
is
they
the good
all
cop,
cops
but
with
they
the
all
same goal.
yeah they just running the game on us. Wow, where did that come from?
all your minions chimed in on you that
Okay,
time.
I thought somebody was coming after me for a minute. I was like, oh, I know I said some stuff, but hey, this is what we say every week, huh?
They might be.
All right, folks, you got anything else on that? I'm start giving a sign. All right, folks, until next week, peace.